Yo, you guys, this is Blacklist of the Abyss, and you're watching my review for Shokugeki no Soma, aka Food Wars, Chapter 93. Alright, and this is the first review of Soma that I'm doing. I figured that since Naruto is ending soon, I should replace it with something, and one of my favorite ongoing shonens, one of the best ongoing shonens right now, is Shokugeki no Soma, which is serialized in Weekly Shonen Jump. For those of you who aren't familiar with it, it's a cooking series. It doesn't sound like something that's the most interesting thing in the world, but trust me, it's actually really freaking good. Um, it's selling very well. It had an anime announced last week. As a matter of fact, this was the chapter where the official announcement was made, where it got the cover of Jump and everything. All right, the series is awesome, and while when it comes to the cooking and the competition, because it's legit competition here. All right, don't think that because it's cooking it's not intense. All right. As a matter of fact, I'll put a link in the description for one of the commercials that came out for the anime, and you'll be able to see how intense and awesome it is. All right. Um, but yeah, occasionally when they're cooking, they spend a decent amount of the chapter describing the food. So there are times occasionally when the chapters don't have the most story development and story progression, but it definitely makes up for it though. All right, it definitely makes up for that not lack of story progression, but yeah, I guess that would be the best way to describe it. But even still, it still makes up for that with the arts. First of all, the art is incredible. It makes it up for it with the arts, with the characters, with the art, with the comedy, with the art, with the competition, and also one it, this month it's worth mentioning that the manga does have fan service in it. But it's well executed fan service though, and it fits in perfectly with the series. It makes it even more enjoyable. So even girls will enjoy it probably because it's so exaggerated that it's funny. Not exaggerated. Never mind. Just know it's fine. All right. It's fine. All right. It's cool. All right. But as you can tell, the art is incredible because I keep mentioning it over and over again. So definitely check it out. Like I said, I'll put a link in the description for the link with the anime commercial in it, right? But anyway, this chapter, it's actually is one of those chapters that doesn't have much story progression in it, but it makes up for it with all this character development that we get. Okay, because we see here that the finals of the fall election are in fact going to be a triple threat between Soma, Hayama, and Kurokiba. All right, and we see just how competitive Hayama and Kurokiba are. Okay, because usually when we see Soma, even when he gets invested into something, he's never really visibly angry. All right, but Hayama and Kurokiba in this chapter, they are legit like ticked off at the fact that they tied each other. Okay, they are incredibly competitive. You can tell how much this means to them, how much it means to them to be able to get the recognition of being number one in their year. Alright, this is important to them. They're incredibly competitive about it, and this chapter did a marvelous job of just developing their personalities and what they're like when it comes to their food. Because, like I said, Soma is the main character, and he's not really like that at all. Even when he gets invested in something like he did when Megumi got fired, right, or when he had to get Takumi's knives back in Shokugeki. Right? Even when he gets invested into something, he never gets legit angry about it. Okay, so it's good seeing a couple characters who are legitimate rivals to Soma, who do actually get this way about their craft. Because who else is a legitimate rival for Soma? Erina? She doesn't get serious angry either because she's so good. She thinks she's above everyone else, so she has no reason to get she has no reason to. You know, she's never been angry before because no one's ever been on her level as far as people in her year go. I mean, there are other people in the Elite 10. You know, forget about that for now. The point is that the chapter did a good job of developing Hayama and Kurokiba. All right. Um, And the other big thing to talk about from this chapter is that we actually get the reveal of the theme for the finals, right? And it's Mackerel Pike, which, according to the people there, actually plays to the strengths of Soma and Hayama and Kurokiba. All right, so it'll be interesting seeing what they do with that. And the way the chapter ended was them actually going off on their own to go work on their dishes. Kurokiba going to work with Alice. Hayama going to go prepare a way to show that he's not just all about spices. And Soma going off to do his thing with Megumi. So, yeah, even though there technically wasn't a lot of story progression in the chapter, it still feels like more happened than it really did. Like, the way the because of the art and the characters, it can take a chapter where nothing really happened and make it seem like a lot happened and make that chapter awesome anyway. So it's just a really enjoyable manga overall. And as for this chapter, I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10. And that's that, you guys. I'll probably try and review this weekly, especially since Naruto's ending. It'll be easier. But yeah, that's that, you guys. Chapter gets a 7.5 out of 10. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.